Hey guys, Fishy here, and I wanted to show you a satire site that I found and show you how I'm not sure that the people interacting with it are really in on the joke. Here's the site. It's Our President and Savior Reigns, and if you're like me and you're skeptical, you're already thinking that this might be satire. It's a very small page, only 341 likes at this point, but this is the sort of content that it's posting. Criminals who cross our border illegally should be put to work until they repay their debt to our society, no matter their age. Do you agree? So formulated like clickbait, 30 shares roughly. And then there's this little icon down here with an XLV. I think that's supposed to be 45, which makes sense for Trump. But let's see what else down here. Barron Trump is off limits. Should liberals who make fun of decent kids get punished? Whatever that means. This is reading like satire to me. We go on. Type yes, Mr. President, if you would be honored to let Donald Trump take your daughter to prom. Okay. President Trump is doing kids a favor by taking them away from their parents so he can save them from crooked Hillary. Okay. And then this picture of this girl crying in the Texas border detentions. Lock her up. America's our country now. Same icon there as well. I mean, this reads like satire to me. Asylum seekers and their families who come here without the right paperwork should get locked up. Do you agree? And it's a whole bunch of bait like this. And when I look at it, I don't even know what to do with stuff like this. People are interacting with it and thinking it's legitimate. When I looked into the first picture here too, by the way, and checked what the picture was, because we have cotton in South Texas, we do. The best guess here is this one. Asian Odyssey, no time to harvest. This is Uzbekistan children harvesting cotton. So not at all related to our current border issues. But okay, it makes for a nice little picture and a clickbait and whatever. But then I started checking who was sharing it, and Hamry Carling shared this into the deplorables group, and then also sharing it into, or a different one, into President Donald Trump official group, and then also sharing it here in deplorables, this one. So I'm thinking that this might be the person behind it, Hamry Carling. We're going to check out Hamry eventually here, but that's my guess, is since he's the one spreading it around and it's a small page, this is who's responsible for it. But that again brings up the question, what do we do with this if people are interacting in these groups as though it were legitimate? Now, right now, these don't look like they have a huge bunch of comments, but I did see in one group a post that was deleted, and I believe it was this one, that was deleted, where people were interacting as though it were real. I don't know why it got removed. I've seen worse in these groups before, but it did. But do you think that the stuff that people interact with and look at and see coming across their feeds, do you think that it has no effect? I think it has a cumulative effect. And the folks who create this satire, our friend Hamry Carling here, the folks who create this make it to be the worst and the cartooniest versions of Republicans and conservatives that they can possibly create. And then the people who interact go along and prove them right. It's so saddening. They show how true to life that the cartoon version is. So I'm looking for new ideas about how to deal with this stuff. When I think about it, it just doesn't seem wise to me to let it go unchallenged. You could have a good laugh at it, or you could ignore it and roll your eyes at it, but I don't think that's enough. So tell me what you think we ought to do, given that people believe this stuff, and those same people probably vote. That should concern us all. So leave a comment, and let's start this discussion and see what we're going to do about satire that just falls so flat and potentially does so much damage.